Why can't you use fur from a naturally deceased animal? That's the well-meaning question I saw in somebody's post about the fur hats that they make. There's three main reasons why people don't use fur from naturally deceased animals. The first two are pretty obvious, but the third one I think most people don't talk about or even think about. For starters, it's very difficult to find naturally deceased animals who are going to be in good enough condition to hold a tan. Just like you shouldn't eat rotting meat, you also shouldn't try to tan a rotting animal. And that rot might not take much time at all, especially like right now in the heat of summer. And even if the animal isn't rotting, there can still be other issues. Like this muskrat has what's called slipped fur, where you can see there's a bald patch or a couple bald patches that the fur just fell out of. There's so many reasons a fur could be bad quality. Bruising, not tanning it properly, not skinning it properly, harvesting at the wrong time of year, the animal was diseased or had something that affects the skin, old age, etc. Oh yeah, also scavengers exist. They like to find naturally deceased animals too. And sometimes even the tiniest insects will ruin a pelt. Second, it's important to remember that there's a reason people are obtaining these pelts. Like a common use is making fur garments or accessories. To make this coat, they needed multiple foxes of similar size, quality, and fur color. Otherwise, they couldn't get this nice finished product. So even if I did get lucky and find two naturally deceased foxes, let's say, it's going to be very hard to find ones that have very similar fur like what we have with the fur farmed fox coat here. And when it comes to other things like taxidermy, we have to remember that the reason the taxidermy exists is usually because a hunter wanted to memorialize that specific hunt. They wanted the animal they hunted, not a random replacement. It's kind of like how when I got my dog's skeleton preserved, I wanted his skeleton specifically, not just another random canine's. That would be like getting a box of ashes back that belonged to a random animal, not the animal you lost. And that leads us to our secret third thing, the law. Do you know if you can legally collect this where you live? I know for a fact if I wanted something like this bear here, even if I did find it naturally deceased, I would still need to buy a hunting permit before I took that animal home. In my state, roadkill is also illegal to collect. To prevent poaching and stop other population-related issues, it's required for you to get a permit of some kind before you can take certain species. Otherwise, anyone can claim that they just found a bobcat out in the wild. So consider this from a business perspective. Maybe your whole livelihood involves making fur hats. Are you going to be able to afford getting permits for every species that you hope that you can find naturally deceased in the wild in good enough condition to hold a tan? It's pretty expensive to buy a bunch of permits that you might not even fill. Realistically, it's going to be a lot more cost effective to just buy the pelts that you know you need. Using naturally deceased animals works a lot better for things like collecting bones, or just in general to do as a hobby collector rather than somebody running an actual business. Using naturally deceased animals is a nice thought, but unrealistic to expect everyone to do.